My name is Jerald Deal. I'm third generation in the apple orchard here in Jefferson, Iowa. We have about 45 acres of apple trees. We're standing out in an orchard here right now that was planted in 1989. And these are semi-dwarf trees in this orchard right here. We've expanded now to a lot of different other products, gift shop area, hard apple cider, Christmas trees, sweet corn, a full range of vegetable crops, plus all the fruit crops too that we raise. Over the past years, we were mainly just selling apples, apple cider. I also started wholesaling to a lot of different grocery stores when I graduated from school. We would always have a few apples that we would not get rid of. And so I decided that instead of throwing them out, I would like to open up a few new markets. So now we sell to about 30 different grocery stores within a 60-mile radius of Jefferson. And on an average, we'll make between 25 to 30,000 gallons of cider every year. And a lot of that is sold through our retail, plus wholesale to the grocery stores, plus with a lot of apples through the stores. A few years ago, we decided that we needed to diversify a little bit more, and because not everybody wants to come out to just buy apples, and so we started adding agri-entertainment to the orchard. Well, with what we have now is that we have a giant jumping pillow. We also have a 80-foot slide for kids, corn box, wiggle cars. We're going to this year be putting in another 80-foot slide. We're also going to be adding a hamster roll for kids to play in. We have the hay rides. We've got a corn maze that we're working on right now. It's a 4-acre corn maze. We also have pick your own. This orchard right here is where people can come across and pick their own apples in the fall time. That is growing more and more for us too. We're going to be expanding and adding on to the apple barn to make more area for our gift shop. We're thinking about putting in a big, somewhat of a dining area for different opportunities for school reunions and maybe smaller weddings, and having a reception area for that, and also having a bar area for Benji's hard apple cider. So we're thinking down the road and trying to expand on a lot of different things too. Wintertime, we're spend most of our time pruning. We'll start pruning in latter part of December. This year we actually pruned into May because it was a late spring. We do have hydro ladders that we use sometimes. Most of the time, the last few years, we've just been using step ladder and hand loppers to do our pruning. We then, in the springtime, we start with our chemical program, our spray program. Some people ask us, do you grow your apples organically? And I say, no, we don't. In Iowa, it is almost impossible to raise apples organically because of the disease problem, essentially the disease problem, and also the insect problem. But we work with Iowa State close, and we're doing research this year with Iowa State on late summer diseases, and so we work with them and we try to minimize the amount of sprays that we do use. We spray up until, I like to leave at least 3 weeks, sometimes a month in between my last spray and harvest, and we will start harvesting some of our summer apples usually mid-July. That's when we start picking our sweet corn also, and so we open at our retail here usually somewhere around 10th to the 15th of July with the homegrown sweet corn and Lodi apples, which are like the old-fashioned harvest apple. And then we go into Duchess and Wealthies and a lot of different varieties. We have our main varieties are the Jonathan, Red Delicious, Yellow Delicious, Chieftain, which is an Iowa State developed apple back in the 1950s. We also have the Honey Crisp, some Zestar, which are Minnesota developed apples. We will start picking our Jonathans, Red and Yellow Delicious, Honey Crisp, usually in September. That's when the big push starts for us. and that's when we'll be hiring probably about 25 people to come in and help with sales, sorting, picking, and that's the really hectic, busy time for us. We will then usually finish up picking mid-October, and during that time, from like September, October, November, December, then we'll be pressing cider 2 times a week, sometimes 3 times a week. We will make, as I said, around 25 to 30,000 gallons for the whole year. Each time we press, we do between 700 to 1,000 gallons of cider. This year, I expect us to have close to 20,000 bushel of apples that we pick. It's one of the bigger crops that we've had that is coming on right now. And granted, a lot can happen between now and then, but we're looking for a real nice crop. For a number of years now, we have been doing what we call the Deal Orchard Fall Festival, which is always the second full weekend in October. We will draw somewhere around 10,000 people for the 2 days. We have a lot of added extra events and activities for that one weekend. We have the pork producers barbecuing. We have got different vendors coming in to sell. We have got a lot of different games that we have. The pumpkin ring toss. We've got the petting zoo put on by the local FFA. The Boy Scouts, they do a haunted cave in our big cave that we used to use for storage of apples. So we have a lot of activities and a lot of events going on during the Fall Festival weekend. This last year and this year, we've been trying to expand our entertainment into both September and October, so that people can come out almost any weekend and enjoy the hay rides, the corn maze, go into our playground area, and so that we don't have everything wrapped up into that one weekend. And if it's a nasty weekend, then we've lost everything. So we've expanded that out into all September and October, and it's working out real well for us. Right after Thanksgiving then, we have people starting to come out and cut their own Christmas trees. We have about 4 acres of Christmas trees, and we just got done shearing them probably about a week ago, the Scotch pine. And I always enjoy that time of the year because when the people come out, they're in a festive mood, and they'll come out to get their Christmas tree, and we always have free hot apple cider and free popcorn and cookies for them that time of the year, and they'll shop in the gift shop. Finally getting some cananes going.
Well, those are canane furs? This business with the orchard and the other stuff, it just kind of fills a nice time niche?
Yeah, it does. Yeah, but there's a lot more work to it than I thought there was going to be. You know, as there is with most projects you start in with, and just now right now the grass mowing isn't so bad. You know, it's a month of dry weather. But you know, I was hard keeping up with it, and then of course you got to come in about mid-June to shear the Scotches, and that takes a little while to shear and shape all the Scotch pines. And then
do you round up your
I used Roundup and Prowl on this. Yeah, Roundup and Prowl in the row, and I got a few perennials. There's some Canadians. I need to get some stinger out here on them.
And your brown spot hasn't been bad on you?
No.
A couple years ago you were...
A couple years ago I had it bad. Yeah. And I came in this spring and I was afraid I might not have got in here quite early enough because, you know, I was kind of procrastinating because it was a late spring anyway. But I came in with Bravo and sprayed, you know, doused everything with Bravo.
I'm guessing last spring, which was dry, probably slowed it down quite a bit.
I bet, yeah. I need to get a hold of the forester for this area and have him come out, because see, right, you actually need to have him come out, because if anybody would want to come and buy a tree to landscape, you have to be certified and licensed or something. You have to be inspected.
You find that the orchard and the trees are pretty accepted by your neighbors? I mean, you've been here longer than a lot of them probably.
Yeah, very much so.
Overspray problems, herbicide drift, those issues?
No, never have. You know, I've had at one time where the neighbor sprayed with Flexstar on his beans, and it was a calm day, but it was one of those days where there was an inversion layer, and it rose and it moved and then came down to my orchard. I was not able, that's when I had the old orchard on the east side of the road down there, and I was not able to pick any of those apples off that. So I got, you know, a fairly sizable settlement on that.